See target grade.
Yes.
See the target grade.
Yeah, I saw it. But I will say, okay, don't be too happy about it. Do you know why? You know why? Because I saw a few, no, I saw some area that you're supposed to get, like you are supposed to lose marks, but somehow your teacher is lenient. That's why you get the marks. Okay, so don't be too happy about it. If I notify your teacher,
Where?
I will let you know. Okay, we go through the paper first. Okay, good. So now, first thing first, the first question. Oh my God, what mistake is this? Negative 3.5. Where do you get the negative 3.5 from? My goodness.
I don't know. I don't know.
Okay, so okay, one thing I want to commend you or praise you is this. Okay, you have written the number down here.
Oh.
Okay, you have written the number down here, so it's easier for you to rank them. Or it's easier for you to just put it on the number line. But surprisingly, you have written 3.5 here, but somehow I don't know where you get your negative 3.5. Okay, surprisingly, so you have written 3.5, but I don't know where you get 3.5. You are not answering the question. Yeah? Okay, so you are supposed to put 3.5 here.
Okay.
So in a way, you lose 1 mark because of this. Okay, so you lose 1 mark because of this. Okay, next. This is the question that you deserve to be penalized, but you did not get penalized. Okay, let me tell you why. Okay, here.
Because the teacher pity me.
Yes, I know. That's why
7 to 3, and then last minute change to 3 to 7.
Okay. I'm not okay. I think your answers are right. But your working here doesn't seem right at all, or your working doesn't show that you're understanding clearly. So now I realize that the more important part is not about the answers, but how you present your answer. Your way of presenting your answer here is not very clear. All right. So let me just continue from here. So basically, you have this. Okay, how to do this question is always prime factorization first. Okay, good. So you have the prime factorization given already. So now you need to cover until here. Your square root must cover until here. Because why? Because it says this whole thing times. Are you clear?
Yeah.
So if they tell you 22869 times m over n, right? So that means you need to use the square root over the entire thing. Entire thing means include the times m over n, which you did not include. You may include, right? If you look at it, you see, you never include. So that's why I say you're wrong. You need to include.
Okay.
You need to include. So once you include, right, then you ask yourself, can you square root the 3 to the power of 3? I think cannot, right? That's why you give it a 3, right? Or
yeah.
No. Your understanding is not there. Probably I need to ask you why 3 and 7 before you make a mistake. Okay, let me just get this out to the PowerPoint. Okay, are you ready?
Was there?
Okay, good. So now you need to ask yourself, can you square root the 3 to the power of 3? Yes or no? Cannot. Then you want to give it a 3 or you want to take away a 3?
Take away a 3.
Okay, you take away a 3. So it means, hold on, you take away a 3, that means over 3. Huh? So take away a 3, so you get square root 3 to the power of 2. Can. Right? So that means you take away a 3 means you remember your that means your n is 3. Because you take away divide, so the n is 3. Okay? Okay. Good. Now, next. So can you, then the next one is this one. Can you square root 7? Cannot.
Cannot.
Right? So if you cannot square root the 7,
Give 7.
you give it,
No, take away 7, because then there will be no 7.
okay, you take away a 7. Okay, good. So that means once again you take away a 7. So you get and can. So you take away a 7, so it means like your n, you give it another 7. So it does not make sense already. It does not make sense already because for the n, right?
Give 7.
Huh?
Give 7.
Give 7. Okay, good. So let me just do give 7. Okay, good. So you give it a 7. Cover must cover the whole thing. So you give it a 7 is square root 7 square can. So you give a 7, that means give 7 means top. So your m is 7. So now you ask yourself, is your m smaller than n? The question wants m smaller than n. So in this,
No.
your m is bigger than n. So you need to switch place. Meaning what? I should get rid of the 7, give it a 3.
M equals to 3 and n equals to 7.
Your working should be this.
Okay.
So instead of getting rid the 3, you give it a 3. 3 to the power 4. Okay. Instead of giving it a 7, you get rid of the 7. So this is your working. Okay. So this is supposed to be your working. And you did not show this working. And that's why I say you are lucky to get the 2 marks here. You are lucky. Okay.
Okay.
Next, this is total nonsense. Why I say so? I mean this part. Everything is right. Everything is right. But this part is wrong. Why is it wrong? Do you know why is it wrong?
No.
Wow. You are wrong and you don't realize why is it wrong. Wow. Okay. Applause. Can you give me an applause?
I wasn't even in school when they went through this.
No, I'm not asking you to what? I'm not asking you to I'm just asking you based on your answer. Nothing to do with your school. I don't expect you to listen to your teacher, just yourself. All right, let's look at this together. So you have put this square root 9801 and then you put it square root the prime factorization, which is correct. So what's the next step? Okay, don't look at your answer. What is your next step? If you are going to do it now, what's the next step? You can write here. Don't use calculator. Just show me the working first.
Three, 4 times 11 squared.
Show it here. You are not writing. Can you choose a better? No. This is not the next step. If you look at the previous question, what is our next step? We ask ourselves whether the square root can square root the 3 to the power of 3 first. And
yeah,
then,
can. Both of them can.
So what is your next step? If you think it's can, what's your next step? The next step should be you ask yourself square root 3 to the power of 4, right? Right? And then what's the next step? Square root 11 to the power of 2, right? So what is your square root 3 to the power of 4?
Can I go get my calculator?
By the way, you are not allowed to use calculator.
We were allowed.
Allowed. I mean, for this question, no calculator, right? So, yeah, without using a calculator, ma.
Oh.
Yeah. But anyway, it's simple. Why? Because you see, 3 to the power of 4 is what? Yes. Next, 11, correct. So what this question means is, if you go and square root the 3 to the power of 4 first, you will get 9. If you go and square root this 11 to the power of 2, you will get 11. So that means 9 times 11 is 99.
9 times 11 is 99.
Yeah. But why do you, I mean, why you still show the, my question is, why you still show the square root? You already, that means you already apply the square root to get 3 to the power of 2. You already apply the square root to get 11. Why you still end up with square root? You square root the 3 to the power of 4 to get this. You're not supposed to write the square root again. You already used the square root. You understand or not? What you understand then?
That I cannot put the square root.
Why cannot put? How come you put it here?
The square root.
Yeah. Then how come you
don't need to put here anymore?
Because
I already square root. This is the product of the square root, so don't need to put over there anymore.
Correct. For this part, right? This part, no square root needed because you already apply the square root. That's why I say it does not make sense for this part. Okay, so you just that's why I don't understand this part. From here to here, you apply the square root and you still write the square root above. Okay. Next, 这题 you're supposed to be penalized. You know why? Unit is there already. You go and write another unit. So what is the meaning? Basically, the answer is meter. What's this? Okay, so that's why do you get this 1 mark?
Yeah.
Okay, you're not supposed to get a 1 mark. That's why I say. Okay, there are areas that you're not supposed to get the marks, but somehow your teacher is so lenient to you, so you get a mark. So what is this? People already give you the unit and you still go and write the unit. What nonsense is this? Basically, you're telling people meter, which is wrong. The unit is not meter. Okay, the unit is meter. People give you unit, you don't write unit again. Come on. I thought it's pretty clear cut here, right? Okay, good. This is so that's why I say you're supposed to get back another 1 mark here. Okay, the minus 3.5. I don't know why. And then this, you're supposed to not get this mark. But this is the question, the difference. How do you find difference? How do you find difference? Formula? Huh? No. I asked you for the formula. What's the formula for difference? What's the formula for difference? You don't use formula, that's why you end up wrong. Nothing to do with add, nothing to do with minus. I just asked you for what is the formula for difference. If you cannot remember, that's why you are wrong. Because sometimes it can be add, sometimes it can be minus. It really depends. But if you get the formula is always the same. So what's the formula? To find difference. You didn't use the formula, that's why you are wrong. What's the difference? Formula. Can you remember?
No.
That's why. And if I'm not wrong, if you refer to the video, I have given you the formula, but you refuse to use the formula. Every single time we talk about difference, I have given you the formula, but you refuse to memorize it, so you end up wrong. You deserve it, I will say. So you always take the big one minus the small one. This is the formula. You don't use this formula, that's why you end up with the wrong answer. By the way, if I give you the 2, you don't use it, you are no different from students that I never teach. You handicap yourself.
Minus 145.
So what is the big number? The big number is 303 minus.
Yeah.
What's the small one? The small one is above. Minus 145. So if you form this, minus is plus. So like I say, I don't know whether it's minus or plus, but anyway, I know the formula first. So you don't go and memorize it's plus or minus. It's useless. Because sometimes it can be minus, sometimes it can be plus. It really depends. So don't go and memorize plus or minus. Instead, memorize the formula. Okay? So if I can give you another question. What's the formula for difference? Just write it down first, big minus small, right? So if I give you the peak temperature is minus 2 degrees Celsius, I can give you small is minus 3 degrees Celsius. You don't care. You don't care whether it's minus or plus. You just plug it in. So the big one is minus 2 degrees Celsius. Okay, there is no unit needed. So the small, okay, before you write the small one, minus first. The small one is minus 3 degrees. So therefore, you just solve this using a calculator. Minus 2, minus, minus, plus 3. So therefore, the answer, the difference is 1. That's how you get the difference. Okay, by making use of the formula here. Don't go and memorize. It's stupid to memorize. Difference is minus. Wrong. Can you see? It's not minus. It's not always minus. The formula is minus. The formula is minus, but the calculation might not be minus. Can you go and memorize the formula?
Okay.
By the way, it's not hard to memorize the formula. I teach this formula to my P5 student. They just use the formula and they get it right. Instead of just go and memorize other stuff like, oh, plus. It's not plus. When it's not plus, show you. Let me show you. So the big one is 3 now. The small one is 1. In this case, it's not plus. In this case, I just make use of the formula. Since the formula says big minus small, okay, big is 3, minus small is 1. Okay, 3 minus 1, 2. Simple.
Okay.
So can you see that sometimes you get plus, sometimes you get minus in the calculation? Don't go and memorize plus or minus. The key is always difference is big minus small. Use the formula. Formula never go wrong. What goes wrong? Calculation. Okay? Next time, when it comes to the difference, you better use the formula instead. Don't try to. The problem with you is you try to memorize. Minus is always minus. So therefore, your calculation also minus. That's why you end up with the wrong answer. Okay? Next, for this, you use what? You use P6 number. Let me see. Exactly 12 positive, 2 of which are 40 and 35. List all the factors of the number. Okay, so you use the P6 method. The rest is okay, but you see, what nonsense is this? Perfect cube. Is this perfect cube?
No.
Then, what is perfect cube? This is perfect cube. Okay, that's the first mistake. Second mistake, if you are given this times k, what's the next step? What's the first step? Nonsense. When did I ask you to use calculator? I asked you to use what? When you are given this, what is your first step?
1176, and then do this thing.
You already have it here.
Oh.
Yeah. So you just put it to the power of 3. Yep, good. Thanks. Thank you so much. And then you need to times a k, right? In order to be perfect cube, ask yourself, can you cube root this? Yeah?
Can.
1 by 1. Can. So no need. Done. So can you cube root the 3?
Can.
Huh?
Cannot.
3 is can.
Cannot.
Cannot, then how?
Add 2, 3.
Not add. Give.
Give.
So your k have 2. Done. What about the 7 square?
Give 7.
Up, give 7. So another 7. So k is 2, 3 times 1, 7.
Yeah.
So what I am not happy with you for this question is You didn't even show this step. Oh, number one, wrong. People asking for perfect cube, you give perfect square. This is the biggest mistake. Second mistake, you are supposed to show it using this prime factorization, and you did not show it. All right, so you could have gotten this +1. This question part B, right, is very similar to the m/n question. M/n here is what? M/n here is square root. This question. But this question is perfect cube. That's why you make this huge mistake. So for this paper, 2 areas, you read the question wrongly. Number one, negative 3.5. Supposed to be 3.5. Number two, perfect cube, and you go and do perfect square. How can I help you? I cannot help you with these errors. Okay? Then the rest is pretty good because the rest is very standard. Yeah. So I will say you are supposed to get back at least 2 marks, which is the perfect square question here and the first question. So if you get back 2 marks, you score those are 18, which is the top in your class. Okay. So all these mistake, right? 3.5, then you go and write minus 3.5. They are called self-inflicted error. Self-inflicted. Self-inflicted means you cause it yourself. No one can help. Okay, nothing to do with concepts. You know, it's concept error, right? Concept error means you read the question, you don't understand. Okay, that's called concept. Concept wise, I can help you. But self-inflicted, I can't help you. 可以吗? Understand? Okay, good. So with this, I'm going to go through another paper with another student with you so that you can learn from each other. Okay, she got 23/30, so it's about 77%. So you look at her work. So she is more advanced than you. So she, okay, not too much advanced, because I think the next term you are going to learn this factorization and make the denominator the same. Okay, and by the way, we are learning it already. Maybe your school is not catching up yet. So what do you have any idea what your school is teaching these days?
I don't really know.
Oh, you don't? Never mind. Never mind about it. So, but at least you should know that we are actually learning it in our lesson. Okay. So what's wrong with this question is this. Okay. She is right until this step. But after that, wrong already. Look at y. This is 12y. Look at this. I also don't know what is this. This looks like 72y to me. Okay. This one. It looks like 72y to me. Okay. And then, you know, she read it as 2y. Supposed to be 12y. So because of her own handwriting, okay, if I'm the marker, I read it as 72y. Okay. And then she read it as 2y. You look at this self-inflicted error by this student. So your handwriting matters. You don't write until you also don't understand. This is the case. She wrote until she also can't understand what it is. I will say this is so tragic. It's tragic. Okay? Self-inflicted. Okay? That's the reason why when I ask you to write the Z, you better write it like a Z, not like a 2. Z, you give it a small stroke here to differentiate the Z from the 2. Okay? The 5. Write it like the 5, not like S. Like this. So how I know whether this is S or 5. So you don't get yourself into trouble because of your handwriting. And this is the case. Okay? Never mind. Hopefully you don't get it next time. So you don't give me a handwriting problem next time, huh? Because I have warned you here already. Okay, good. The rest is good. This is the most stupid one. Look at this. This part. Everything is right. Minus x is equal to 4. And then she go and write x is equal to 4. What nonsense? What is this? Do you see? How can, okay, the question is, she get minus x is equal to 4. Then minus x is equal to 4. How can x is equal to 4? Right? Does it make sense?
Yeah.
So you see, self-inflicted again. So that's why she got penalized. This one is also another tragic one. Okay, so let me just continue. 15r minus 4r is equal to 1 plus 21. So she got it right, 11r. So 1 plus 21, 22. You see, 23. 1 plus 21 is 23, according to her. I asked her, are you allowed to use calculator? She said yes. I don't know why. So how many self-inflicted errors so far? 3. So she could have gotten at least plus 3. So 23 plus 3 is 26 already. 是吗? Because of self-inflicted errors. Yeah, 对. So 26 is over the 30 is 80, 85 and above. Okay? So I'm only talking about self-inflicted errors. I'm not talking about concept. So concept-wise, this student is very good. No concept-wise problem. Okay, next. Next one is the concept-wise one. Last one. Last one is about the labeling. So she's supposed to label 0 and minus 1. By the way, x comes first, y comes later. So 0 for x, minus 1 for y. So 0 and minus 1. 0 is here, minus 1 is here. So she's supposed to label here. Okay? And I don't know why she labeled next to it. Next to it is not 0 and minus 1 already. Next to it is, this is about 0.5. So it should be 0.5 and minus 1. So this is not the point. Another self-inflicted error. 4 marks just because of self-inflicted errors. By the way, no one can help you if you have self-inflicted errors. Remember that. No one. You have to help yourself. Not making all these self-inflicted errors. You don't okay, then next time when you have the same question or similar question and you make the self-inflicted errors. Okay? Okay, good. So I've shared with you her paper. Now let's go back to our work. Did you do any of the work?
Yes, I did.
You sent me already or not yet?
It's in the notes. The same note.
You mean the link, right?
Yeah.
Okay, good. Let me go back to the link. I'm opening my this box. No, my email. So I should go to your email. And this one. And I click on it. Download. Am I supposed to look at I'm supposed to do homework 15. Oh, there is a 14A, by the way. Okay, never mind about it.
There's a 14A.
Yeah, there was a 14A, but anyway, never mind, right? So now you can do 14A next time. Okay, 15. Because I think 14A is easier. But so it's okay. Since you want to do the harder one, okay. I'm okay with that. Okay, good. Did you use the software or you use what you use to figure out?
I use GeoGebra.
Wow, nice. But one thing I want to tell you is I already give you the hint here, which you don't seem to understand the hint here. Yeah, good that you use the GeoGebra. Hopefully you are familiar with it now. Okay, good. What's the hint here?
Y equals mx plus c. M is the gradient and c is the y-intercept.
Very good. So what it means? So actually, without doing 14a, right, it's hard to do 15, I guess. Let me take a look at 14a. See if I can. Correct. Yep. If you don't do 14a, it's hard to do 15 because 15 is harder. Okay, let's look at this one first. So what it says is if y is equal to mx plus c is a general name given to any straight line. So m is the gradient, c is the y-intercept. Okay, so now we are actually moving forward. Okay, no more algebra manipulation. Okay, so now we are looking at graph questions. So every straight line in this x and y graph, there is a name to it. So the name is in this format: y is equal to mx plus c. Just like my name is so Chinese convention means what? Chinese convention means our family name comes first, then our given name comes later. So my family name is Lu, my given name is Kang. Okay, so Chinese convention, Lu Kang, right? But what about English convention? Can you remember English convention?
Yeah.
For English convention,
the given name first and then the family name.
correct. So it's Kang Lu. Okay. So for English convention, it's Kang Lu. Okay. Good that you know. So for English convention is Kang, then Lu. Family name comes later. So the same thing. Okay. So for the line for a straight line in the x and y graph, right? So the convention is this: y equals to mx plus c. Okay. What is y equals to mx plus c? It's just a name. It's just a name. Okay. And the name is in this format. Okay. So now with this understanding, so every straight line has this name, y equals to mx plus c, and then the m here. The m here is called the gradient. Okay. The hint is given here already. M is called the gradient, and then C, which is this one, the C is called the y-intercept. So what are they? Name. Just remember they are names. Okay, names. Okay, now what you have y equals to 2x plus 3, which is this question. So now you can compare, right? How you compare? Can you see that your M in this case is the 2? And then your C in this case is the 3? And the rest is the same. You have the y here, you have the y here. You have the x here, you have the x here. So therefore, in this case, your m is 2. Gradient is 2. Y-intercept is 3. So I'm not going to use gradient and y-intercept going forward because I'm going to use m to represent gradient. I'm going to use c to represent y-intercept. So I'm going to use m and gradient interchangeably. So next time when I say m, you need to know it's gradient. Next time when I use c, you need to know it's y-intercept. What are they? Names. Okay, so I'm going to use gradient and m interchangeably, and then you are supposed to know. Okay, so that's why if you are given another question, let's say I give you y equals to minus 1x minus 2. So what is the m in this case? What is the c in this case? Can you do it? We do this question?
Yeah.
Are you doing it?
Yeah, I'm trying to. Okay.
And by the way, y is equal to mx plus c. This is the general name.
Y equals to mx plus c.
Is the general name. And now you are given y is equal to minus 1x minus 2. So in this case, what is your m, what is your c? You
minus 1x
yes?
minus 2.
Yeah, you compare, right? So can you see that you have the y here. So the m is here. M is equal to minus 1. Yeah, you're right. So plus c. So the c is minus 2. Yes. So it's minus 1 and minus 2.
No, but this is.
Yeah.
It isn't a minus. This one isn't a minus. This one's plus. This one should also be plus.
Oh, very good. Good that you notice this slight difference. So let's see. So we are supposed to have this name. Okay? This is the convention. Okay. What? Don't ask me why we need to follow this convention. So it's the convention. It's just like why Chinese convention is family name comes first. We just accept it. Okay. So this is the general name for a straight line in a graph. Right. So this is the general name. Okay. So now you have this y equals to minus 1x and then minus 2. Right? You are saying that, right? So now you are saying, hey, this is plus, this is minus. So yeah, some difference, right? So can you see this? Let me change this y is equal to minus 1x. I think you have no problem with this. Okay. Minus 2 is actually plus minus 2. Right? Because plus minus 2, what you do, plus minus, you convert to minus. So therefore, if you see a minus here next time, you should convert it into plus minus. So that now you can compare already. Now you can compare to the above. Can you see that y is y, x is x?
Yeah.
So now m is your minus 1.
Minus 1.
Yeah. So your c is your minus 2. Right? So therefore, m is minus 1 and m is the gradient. C is minus 2, which is the y-intercept. I'm going to explain the gradient and y-intercept later on. Okay? What's the meaning? What's the meaning? Instead of just asking you to memorize the names, I'm going to give you the meanings later on. But at least we need to sort out this first. Okay? Next question, which is this one. 4y equals to x plus 6. So once again, you have y equals to mx plus c, which is the general name. Now you have 4y equals to x plus 6.
X plus 6.
Yeah, thank you. Then how do you find the m and how do you find the c in this case? This is the general name. Y divided by 4.
Because 4y.
Good. So
it's 4 times more than y.
Very good. So the first step is divide by 4 first. So when you divide by 4 on the left, you divide by 4 on the right. So you end up with, you need to simplify this first. You need to simplify this.
Plus c.
No, I say you need to simplify this first. It's not simplified yet. You don't have to write the mx plus c already. You need to simplify this thing first. Okay? Simplify means open the brackets. Open the bracket. Yeah.
Can I bring my calculator?
Yeah, but you are not opening a bracket. You remove the bracket. You open the bracket means you have the first arrow, you have the second arrow. That's how you open the bracket. Yeah, you can bring your calculator. Yeah.
X.
Remember to keep the bracket. Huh? So what you get for the first arrow?
First arrow is X divided by 4.
Yeah, which is
1/4 X.
very good. So you get 1/4 X. Next, plus 6 divided by 4.
1.5.
Okay, good. So now, basically you get y equals to 1/4 X plus 1.5, right? After the conversion.
Yeah.
So now after the conversion, then now you can compare already. So you compare to the above one. What's your M? What's your C?
M is 1/4 X.
Huh? M is 1/4 X or 1/4?
1/4.
Yes, because the X is already taken care of here. The Y is also taken care of here. So your M is
It's
only
4.5.
yes. You see your 5 looks like the S already. Okay, so don't make this mistake. Next time you see they can give you 5.
Actually,
Next time they give you 5S. I wonder how you see. Okay, never mind. Next time when you make mistake, then I will just let you know again. Okay, next. X plus Y equals to 4. X plus Y equals to 4. So what is your M in this case? What is your C in this case? The general format is Y equals to MX plus C. Yeah. So how you do this question?
MX plus C, X plus Y equals 4.
Yeah, you do it. Yeah, do it here. Yeah, do it here. You're working. How do you get the M? Can you make your stroke a little tinier? Choose the correct thickness. Yes. 你在写什么？什么叫 x plus mx plus c equals to 4? I give you x.
Y equals to MX plus C. So
Wow.
it's also equal to X plus
Okay,
MX plus
good.
C.
You submit. Okay, good. Why you want to make it more complicated? Basically, yep, I'm not saying you are wrong, but you are making it more complicated. Can't you just move the x over? Why you want to make things more complicated? You are right. Yep, you are basically you sub in, right? But it looks crazy. It looks very, very complicated. So you don't want to go this path, right? Because if you go this path, it's going to be so complicated. While you can actually move things over. You have your y here already. You have your x here. You just move the x over. You understand me?
Yeah.
Yeah. So what you end up with if you move the x over?
MX plus C equals to 4X.
你在讲什么? I say don't go
Just move over what?
don't go this path already. Don't go this path. Just move the x over. Huh? That's how you move? Okay, how do you move? You have the x here.
Over here, right?
Yeah. What you end up with when you move things over? Yeah. Okay. Good. So it should be y equals to 4 minus x. Okay. Good. You need to get it into y equals to mx plus c format. This is still not y equals to mx plus c. Still not the y equals to mx plus c format. So
y
how?
equals to c.
什么 So what's your answer?
Wait, y equals to mx plus c, and then y also equals to 4 minus x means.
Yep. You need to convert it further. Because it's still not the mx plus c format yet.
That means mx plus c equals to 4 minus x.
Yeah. Continue. Wait, hold on. 你等一下。Can you erase your handwriting? I mean, you erase your last handwriting. Yeah. So basically, you get your y equals to 4 minus x already, right? But this y equals to 4 minus, it doesn't look like y equals to mx plus c yet. Not yet. So what it means is I'm supposed to see the y here, and I'm supposed to see the x first, and I'm supposed to see the c second. But you look at your arrangement for this. What arrangement is this? The arrangement for this is the c is first, and then the x is second. So no, rearrange them so that your x comes first, your c comes next. So you need to rearrange these two. Rearrange. So that you get it into the mx plus c format. So how do you rearrange this? How do you rearrange 4 minus x?
Yes.
什么?
Oh shit.
You can do it below. 这里.
Y equals.
Correct. So once you get into this format, what is your m? So what's your m?
M is
Mx plus c. So what's your m?
M is minus.
Minus? Just minus? What is this? Minus means what? Minus 1.
Minus 1.
Yes, when you have a minus.
Is
Correct. So can you see? So just now at first you want to go this path. It's not wrong, but it's too complicated. You don't want to go that path. So that's how you eliminate. I don't want to go this path. So the simpler way is to move the x over, and then you end up with this. And once you end up with this arrangement is still not the y equals to mx plus c arrangement. So the arrangement is always 1y on the left hand side of the equal sign, and then mx comes first, c comes later. So you rearrange it, and then you will see that, oh, I have this minus x plus 4. So minus 1 is actually m. 4 is my c. Yeah. Okay. So
my iPad battery is at 2%.
Then we can take a brief break, while at the same time you can go and charge your iPad. All right.
Okay.
Okay. I'll give you 5 minutes. Okay. For a brief break. See you in 5 minutes. Okay, welcome back. Hello, welcome back.
Hello.
Okay, good. So continue with the next one. D. Y equals to 3x. Oh, how to do all these questions is always write down the general name. Y equals to mx plus c. So just compare, just compare the, make sure that you have the y first. If it's not y, do some calculation. And then make sure x comes next and then c comes next. Okay. So in this case, what's your m, what's your c?
M is wait,
M is very clear.
3x, right?
3 or 3x?
3x, right?
3x, yes. So this is your mx. M is 3. So C. Yes. Nothing means plus 0. Okay? Nothing means plus.
Okay.
Okay? Very good. Not no answer. Okay, what about x equals to 4? Okay. X equals to 4. X is equal to 4. So write down y equals to mx plus c. So what's your m? What's your c?
M is x is equals to 4, right?
X equals to 4, yes. M4.
Yeah, because it's on 4 now.
Okay, hold
So
on.
replace the
For this x equal to 4, do you have a y? Do you have y or not?
no.
Okay, so what is the format? Always you need to have y first and then x later, then c next, right? So in this case, do you have y? You don't even have y, so how to do? Cannot do. No answer. No answer. Okay, no answer is also an answer. Okay.
Okay.
Okay, good. So because there is no y, so you cannot form this format. So when you cannot form this format, no answer.
Okay.
Last one. 最后一题 y equals to minus 5. Y equals to minus 5. So y is equal to mx plus c. So what's your m? What's your c?
Y equals to minus 5.
Yeah.
So mx plus c is equals to minus 5.
Yes. So what's your m? What's your c?
There isn't x.
Yeah, there is no x. Then how?
I don't think can do that.
Okay. If there is no x, that means what can make the x disappear? How can you make the x disappear? Is by
M is 0.
0. Correct. So m is equal to 0, so the x disappear. So yeah, correct. So m is equal to 0 in this case, then this is equal to minus 5. Correct. Okay. So in this case, right, y equals to minus 5 is valid. Is valid. Just now x is equal to 4 is not valid because there is no y. When there is no y, it's not valid. There is no y, then it's not valid. Because every straight line must have in this format. Generally, most of the time. Okay. By the way,
Okay.
in life there is no absolute. Okay. Okay, good. So once you get all this, then I think you can answer the question 15 already. Yeah, so let's go to your question 15, which is I think the first. Can you see all of this?
Yeah.
Okay, good. So I will say they are similar, but yeah, they are similar to the question we discussed. Okay, so first question. So you have this minus y equals to minus 2x plus 3. So you need to do some manipulation to it first, because you need to get it into y equals to mx plus c. So how? So let me just get rid of it. Okay, yeah. So how? What's your m? What's your x? Or what's your m? What's your c?
This is a negative.
Yep. So you have to
Make it positive
correct by doing what?
by taking away this and then taking away this
How
and
to-
then adding.
How to take? No. When you take away, what it means by take away? You divide, right? So basically,
Yeah.
when you when you want, okay. So try not to use the word take away, because take away means you are not doing any calculation. So probably you can say, oh, I want to divide by a -1. So when you divide by -1 on the left, you need to divide by a -1 on the right, right? So you just continue to do it. Okay, so this, you start with this, right? So you divide by -1. So first arrow, second arrow, first arrow you will get 2x, second arrow you will get -3. Yeah. Okay. So therefore your this mx plus c is m is 2. Can you see? Okay. Then
Yeah.
c is -3. By the way, m and c, m is not 2x, because m refers to you can see the x is taken care of. The x is taken care of. The x is taken care of. So m is never with x. M is always a value. And then the c is also always a value. So that's how you do this question. Okay. So for the rest, I think they are just similar. Okay. For the rest of the question, they are just similar. So I'm not going to go through. Then let's look at the other. No, I don't want to open this. I want to open your work. Yeah. So I'm not going to go through the B, C, D, E, F, because they are similar, kind of like similar. Just have to convert. Okay, good. This one, by looking at this, I think you make a mistake already. You know why? Because all your points here, they don't link up together. So when all the points don't link up together, that means you must have made a mistake somewhere. You understand?
Okay.
You understand my point or not? Did I talk about that? How you can actually check whether you make the whether you plot the correct points or not?
Yeah, if they line up.
Yeah, they have to line up. Like if they don't line up, that means something is wrong. So they don't line up. Yeah, don't line up. Okay, so one of the points might be off. I think that point A is off. That's why if your point A is somewhere here, right, then you probably can line up all points. So that means you want to check your point A. Okay, the function is y equals to mx plus 1. Then find the gradient m first. So you see, you don't have the formula, so you are wrong. Okay, but never mind. Yeah, without the gradient, how do you do? Cannot do. Right? You question mark, right? Okay, good. So that's the reason why I say 15 is actually harder. You have to do 14a first. But never mind, let's do 14a first. Then you know how to do 15. So I want you to do 15 because your 15 is all, I will say mostly wrong now. So you need to do 14a first. This is 14a. So 14a is basic. Okay. 15 is more advanced. So you have to get 14a right first. The basic ones are right first. Okay, so you are given this line, y equals to 2x plus 1. So if you compare this to the y equals to mx plus c, in this case, your m is 2, your c is 1. But they are not asking for that, right? Okay, they are not asking for that. So ignore. Okay?
Okay.
For your general knowledge. Hold on, sorry. So how do you find a y here? So your y is equal to 2x plus 1. So your x is equal to negative 2. So you just give it into it. So your y is equal to 2 times negative 2 plus 1. So it's negative 4 plus 1 is negative 3. So your this y equal to negative 3. You know how I get negative 3? You put the x inside. Okay?
Yeah, okay.
Okay, next. So how do you get the y when x equal to 0? So y is equal to 2x plus 1. So when x is equal to 0, wow, 这么快啊? How you know? Oh yeah, 2 times 0 plus 1. Okay, so it's 1, correct? Then what about this? What is this?
This one is 1. I think.
Oh, okay, good. So
yeah.
because you put the 3 into the y. Okay, good. Then what is this? Good.
3.
How do you get 3?
3.
Oh, 3. Okay, good. Very good. Yep. Fill it up. Okay, so with all the points, right? Use either GeoGebra or draw it manually on a graph paper. Okay, so I think did I go through how you can use GeoGebra to plot all the points?
Yeah.
So our last lesson we talked about that already.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Okay, never mind. Then in that case, I'm not going to use the GeoGebra app for this question. I'm going to do it like a graph paper. Okay.
I also did that.
You did that using GeoGebra or graph paper?
Graph paper.
Oh, okay, good. So you know there is a trick. Okay, thank you. Yep, I saw it. Thanks. So there is a trick here. You know what is a trick or not? I don't need to.
No.
I don't need to have graph paper. I just crop this. This is going to be my graph paper. You see, I have graph paper already. Okay, I don't need to draw myself. Okay, so now we just look at the question. So what's the question? The question says, okay, let me get this table out. Okay, how come you're going to erase all your stuff? Or did I erase yours?
I erased it because just now we were not at this page.
Oh, okay. Okay, then. Okay, let me get it out. Put it in here. Because I need to refer to this table. This is called a table. This is the table for the line y equals to 2x plus 1. Okay, good. So I need to fill up the blank. So this is 0, then this is 1, this is 3, this is 1, and then this is minus 2. Okay, good. So with this table, what I need to do, I need to plot the points. Okay, so the first point is minus 2 and minus 3. That's how you read it. X comes first, y. So minus 2, minus 3, minus 2, minus 3 is here. Minus 1, minus
okay.
1. 0 and 1. 1 and 3. 2 and 5. Okay, by the way, yeah, it looks like it goes out of the paper. So I will skip the last point. Okay, but when you draw it, you need to draw the entire thing. Okay, so meaning what? Meaning when I crop just now, I should have cropped the I have to crop more now. Yeah, I should have cropped more. Okay, let me just crop more. Yeah, don't be lazy. So if I'm not really lazy, hopefully my student won't be lazy also. Okay, good. So bring it to the front. Okay, good. I need to replot minus 2, minus 3, which is here. minus 1 is here. 0, 0 is 1. Yeah. 1 and 3, 2 and 5, 3 and 7. Okay, good. Once you have all the points, use your ruler, link it up. Sorry. So I use an insert. I'm going to use a line. So I have a line here, start from here, then end here. You can extend it a little bit. Okay. So just
Okay.
just a little bit, and then probably you can hold on. Just a little bit. Yeah, good. Okay. Make it thicker. Yeah, good. Okay, so this is your, so once you have drawn the line, right, you okay, must link through all the points. So over here it's not through yet, so must through it. Okay, then after that you must label. Like I said, there is a name for a straight line. So this is your y equals to 2x plus 1. Okay, so that's how you complete the using graph paper. Draw y equals to 4 on the same graph. So must draw y equals to 4, draw x to 1. Okay, good. So y equals to 4. So I need to draw y equals to 4 first, and then x equals to y equals to 4. Where is y equals to 4? This is y equals to
Over there.
draw y equals to 4, straight line. So I insert a straight line here. This is my y equals to 4. So let me make it another color and then change the size. Okay, so every line you draw you must label, meaning give it a name. This is your y equals to 4. Okay, whereas x equals to 1, x equals to 1 is here. This is x. By the way, this is your x-axis, this is your y-axis. Okay, so x equals to 1 is here, this point. So instead of horizontal, it's going to be straight up here. Okay, so I'm going to change to a different color, make it thicker. Okay, so then you have to label. So this is your x equals to 1.
Hold on.
All right. Okay. So yeah. So you have basically sketch. I mean, basically you have drawn this line, and this line. So can I ask you a question now? X equals to 1. This is a up-down vertical line. Up down. Then this line is a left-right. Then this one is what? This one is slanted.
So is that right or right?
Right. Yeah, handwriting can confuse people. Very good. So left and right. Okay, so what you observe here is x equals to 1 is a up-down straight line. Y equals to 4 is a left-right horizontal straight line. But this one, y equals to 2x plus 1 is a slanted straight line. Okay, then now my question is, I'm going to explain to you m, which is m equals to 2 in this case. The c is plus 1 in this case. I'm going to explain to you the m and the c in more detail now. Okay, I'm going to switch to GeoGebra. So just now, there are two ways to plot a line in the GeoGebra app. So you use plotting the points, right? I don't need, I just key in y equals to 2x plus 1. And you get all the lines up already. Can you see?
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's the fastest way to draw a line.
I did that today. I did that this morning.
Oh, okay, good. So as long as you have the equation, they call it the function, y equals to 2x plus 1. As long as you have the function, you just key it into it, you will get the line out. Now, I'm going to explain to you how you read this line. That means what you need to understand from this line. So I can use the pen tool, label. This is my y equals to 2x plus 1. And my 2x plus 1. Erase, choose the delete tool, and this is 1. And then m is equal to 2, c is equal to 1. Okay, good. Now, let me adjust. Meaning what? Let me input y equal. You want to increase the gradient or decrease the gradient? Let me increase the gradient. Instead of 2, right? I give it a 5x without changing the c. Can you see? I have created another line already. The blue line now is called the y equals to 5x plus 1. So what is changed up? Yeah, 1. Hello, are you there? Hello, are you there? You are gone.
I had to change place because the Wi-Fi in my room was bad and I couldn't see anything. I couldn't hear anything.
Very good. Now, can you see? Can you see? I have inserted a blue line here, and the function is y equals to 5x plus 1. The only difference is the m is increased to 5. The c remain the same, which is 1. And then this is the blue line. Let me decrease the m. So I have increased the m. Now I decrease the m. So let me insert another line. Y is equal to, so just now is 2. Let me go to minus 3. And then x plus 1. Okay, minus 3 doesn't look very nice. Maybe let's not play with negative first. Let's go for 1x first. Okay, good. So this is my x plus 1. So I'm going to label it. So this is your y equals to 1x plus 1. So in this case, your m is equal to 1, your c is equal to 1. Okay, good. So what I have done for these 3 lines is, I want you to see the effect, okay, or the impact due to the change in the gradient while the y-intercept remain the same. So what's the impact? What's the impact? When your m increase to 5, can you see that your line is more steep? Steep means this. This is more. This is less steep, right? And then this is even less steep, like a slope. We are talking about slope, so this is a slope. So this is a very steep slope, and then this is a less steep slope, and then this is not so steep. Okay, so can you see that when you increase the m, right? When you increase the m, you have a very steep slope. Okay, when you reduce the m, it's more gentle. The slope is more gentle, or not as steep. Okay, so mathematically, the m, when you increase it, okay, on the graph paper or physically, the slope will either change. I mean, will either increase or decrease. It depends on your gradient. So the rule is, if the gradient increases, the slope also increase in the steepness. It makes sense, right?
Yeah.
By looking at these 3 lines. So if your gradient decreases, so the slope also becomes less steep. Okay, so that's the mathematics side and the physical side. Okay, so I have explained to you the impact due to the change in the gradient. And now there is a very very crucial point here besides the gradient. So I'm going to erase the unnecessary stuff. Can you see that all these three lines, right? They have the same C, which is C equals to 1. Right? So what you observe here? The three lines, they intersect at one point. Can you see that they all intersect at one point?
Yeah.
Where is the point that they intersect each other? Here.
Yeah.
And then they all intersect at, hold on, let me just get the cursor back. So where is this point?
This point is a 1.
Yes. What 1? X equals to 1 or Y equals to 1?
Y equals to 1.
Correct. So this point is Y equals to 1. And then this is the Y-axis, right? So can you see this line, the blue line, will cut the Y at Y equals to 1. This green line will also cut the Y-axis at Y equals to 1. This red line will also cut the Y-axis at Y equals to 1. So that's why the C is called the y-intercept. What's the meaning of y-intercept? Okay. It means where the line intersect the Y. Intercept means cut. So now, yeah, it's pretty clear cut. All lines cut the Y at Y equals to 1. So therefore, your C is equal to 1 for all of them. Okay. So if now I give you another line, let me give you another line by clear all of this first. Can I clear all? Let me see. Oh, yes, I can clear all. Save? No, don't save. So what about if I give you another line? I give you this line. Okay, good. I give you this line. All right.
There's a B.
Some more?
There's a B.
Yeah, point B. Point B. So if I ask you, what is the y-intercept in this case? What is the y-intercept? So what is the y-intercept? Can you read from the graph or see?
-3.
Yes. So this is the y-axis, right? So the point that cuts the y-axis is at here. So it's -3. C is equal to -3. This point is your y equals to -3. So the C is -3. So meaning what? Meaning if you look at the graph, you can get the C as well. Okay? Then now the point is, how do you get the M? How do you get the M? The M is the gradient, right?
Yeah.
So there is a formula to find the M. So I'm going to introduce the formula to you to find the M. Okay? So the formula for, okay, this is the C is equal to -3. Okay, I read from here. Okay, the gradient for the M is, okay, remember the formula is called x1. Oh, not x1 first, I'm sorry. It should be y1 first. So it's y1 minus y2 divided by x1 minus x2. So what do I mean by that? So basically you just take the pair of y value and x value minus the second pair of y value and x value. Okay, so how do you do that? I have 2 points already, right? Can you see I have 2 points? So what is this point A? This point A is, let me label it. The x is -1, the y is -4. So this point B, let me label it, is my 0. X comes first, then this is -3. So in this case, this is your x1, this is your y1, this is your x2, this is your y2. Okay, x1 means your first x point, y1 means your first y point, x2 means your second x point, y2 means your second y point. So with this, I think it's pretty clear cut. What's your y2? -3. So replace y2 with -3. Use the formula. So y2 is -3. What's your y1? -4. So replace your y1 with -4.
Mm-hmm.
Can you see
Then x1 is
x1 minus
wait,
1. x1 is -1. So I replace.
and then x2 is 0.
Yes. And try not to memorize, whether it's plus or minus. Let the calculation guide you. Okay? Let the calculation guide you. What do I mean by that? Can you see that over here, -4 minus -3, it will end up with -4 plus 3 over -1 minus 0. So don't memorize whether it's minus or plus. Let the calculation or let the formula do the job for you. Okay.
Okay.
You end up with minus plus. So in the end, you will get -4 plus 3, which is -1 on top, -1 below, -1, and over 1 is 1. So the gradient in this case is 1. That's how you use the formula to get the gradient. Okay. So therefore, this line, the general name is y equals to mx plus c, right? So your m is 1 in this case by the formula. So y equals to m is 1, so it's 1x. C is -3. Okay, good. Let me get the -3 here. So the name for this line is y equals to 1x minus 3, correct? Okay, so I can verify very quickly by using technology. How? Insert lo. Let me insert y. Okay, let me come down first. Y is equal to 1x minus 3. See if I can get the same line. If I can get the same line, now my line is 1x is here, the orange one. Right? Can you see the orange one?
Yeah.
But if I key in y equals to mx minus 3, right? This orange line should overlap with the black one. Let me see. If it overlaps, it means I'm correct. If it doesn't overlap, it's wrong. Can you see? It overlap. Yeah, it's gone. It disappeared. Can you see it disappear?
Yeah.
It overlaps, right?
Oh.
So if it overlaps, that means my M and C, I'm correct. If let's say my C is wrong, let's say I put 4. Can you see? They don't overlap. The orange and the black one don't overlap. If they don't overlap, that means you are making a mistake. Can you see or not?
Yeah.
Let's say your C is right, but your M is wrong. Let's say your M you somehow you found out is wrong, so it's like 0.5. Yeah, they don't overlap one. Can you see? The orange and the black, they don't overlap. Okay? When they overlap, that means your M and C you found correctly. When they don't overlap, something is wrong. Are you clear?
Yeah.
Okay, good. So with this, I think we can move it to the next question. This one, how do you draw y equals to 3x without using the GeoGebra? Okay, so you just give yourself a table. Oh, by the way, when you draw graph, right, always give yourself a table. So x equals to -1, always test the -1, test the 0, test the 1, and then 2. Give yourself a few points. So y equals to 3x. So when x equals to -1, I'm looking at this. So equals to -3. That's how I get -3. Okay. So instead of -1, now it's 0. So I replace with 0. So you get 0. So this is 0. Okay. Next. So I'm looking at this point now. X equals to 1. So x equals to 1, replace by 1, 3 times 1, 3. So one more point, 2. So instead of 1, 2. So put it 2, 3 times 2, 6. So once you get this, easy. Plot the points out. That's how you sketch the y equals to 3x. That's how you sketch. Are you clear? Okay.
Yeah.
Good. Okay, good. So this one. Complete the table, plot the point. So I think plotting the point, I will leave it to you. I will just key in the y equals to x plus 4 into GeoGebra.
And then it will
Clear all.
the,
Some more?
and then it will have the line.
Yep, I'm going to have the line x plus 4. Okay, this is your y equals to x plus 4. Okay, now the question is a bit different. They ask for other stuff. So draw already, done. Oh, how come this is so funny? It should be x plus, not because this is x plus 4, this is x plus 4, so this has to be x plus 4. Oh, no. This is for you to draw y equals to x plus 4. And for this, you need to draw x minus 4. You need to draw x minus 4. How do you draw x minus? How do you draw x minus 4? Give yourself a table. If you cannot use GeoGebra, so you have 0, 1, 2. So when 0, so you x minus 4. When x equals to 0, so your y is minus 4. So when x equals to minus 1, x equals to minus 3. When x equals to 2,
Minus 2.
so that's how you sketch using graph paper. But for convenience sake, I'm going to use this GeoGebra. So actually I can duplicate this. Duplicate instead of plus 4, minus 4. Okay, I have 2 lines already. Hopefully, minus, minus. Yes. Can you see? I have 2 lines already. Can you see or not?
Yeah.
This is my x plus 4, which is green. Can you see? This is my x minus 4, which is blue. So by using the GeoGebra, you can quickly get the 2 lines out. Okay, good. Next, what they ask you is very interesting. Let me get this out. Let me get the graph out. And the question asks for what? Next. Okay, good. I don't want to look at this. I don't want to look at this. So, oh, sorry, hold on. Okay, let's look at the question, what they asked for. The question says mark and label. Okay, good. This is important. They ask you something else. So they say mark and label all the x intersection point. What's the meaning of x intersection point? X-intercept. That means where it cut the x-axis. Cut. Okay, let me choose a color. Cut x-axis. So I see here it cuts the x-axis. I see here it cuts the x-axis. So what is this point? This point is the 4 and 0. X comes first. Then this point is negative 4 and 0. So the 2 answers are these 2. Mark and label. I already mark. I already label.
Parallel.
Yes, parallel. We talk about it later on. Very good. This is a very good observation. They are parallel to each other. Good observation. But I don't want to go into that first. Let's focus on the points first. So the y intersection point is cut a y axis. So this is the point where this is where 0 and 4. Then this is another point where is 0 and negative 4. So I also have label and mark. So these are the y intersection point. This is a y intersection. While these 2 is x intersection.
Okay.
Are you clear?
Yeah.
Good. So let's not go to the parallel side first. Okay. So let's do the basic thing first. But good observation by you. Thank you. Okay, next question. This one. This one is the this one is the most okay. Okay, this one is the most interesting. What they want is This is the most interesting. They ask you to plot the point A. So this is 0 and -2. So 0 and -2. Very simple. They give you the point, ask you to write down. Point B here, minus 3.5. So it's minus, okay, minus 3.5. And then comma negative
1.5.
Okay, so the format is bracket. Okay, thank you for writing as well. So point C is -5 and 3.
3
Okay, point D is 0.5
and 3.
Okay, good. So part 1, very easy. Now comes to the interesting one. What is the y-intersection point for line AC? AC, where is the AC? AC is this. So where is the y-intersection point? This point. No? Y-intersection point means cut the y-axis. So this point is your 0 and -2. Okay, pretty easy. Now, what is the x-intersection point for AC? X-intersection point for AC is here. Here, 这里啊. Okay, so this point is your x comes first, -2 and 0. Okay, so this part is also done. Now look at BD. BD, BD, y-intersection for BD means here. Okay, so if you zoom in a little bit, this is 2/1, 2/2, 2/3, 2/4. Yeah, about 2/4. That's a y. So it's 0 and 2/5. 2/4. Yeah. So where is the x-intersection point for this? Here. You are supposed to look at the BD now. So this point is your -2/1, -2.15, I guess. And then 0. Okay, so
Yeah.
okay, good. So that is the basic you need to understand for graph. Okay, so since you were talking about they are parallel, right? They are parallel to each other, right? These two. So how do you get parallel lines in a graph? Okay, what is so special about this green line and the blue line? Let's go back to our GeoGebra app. What's so special about these two? This is, okay, the green is called the y equals to x plus 4. Let me label, okay? So every line must label y equals to x plus 4. This is your y equals to x minus 4. So what is so special about these two lines such that they are parallel to each other? What's your observation? They are parallel? Yes. But what else?
One is negative, one is positive.
That's the difference. So write down. So this one, the m is equal to 1. The y-intercept, the c is equal to 4. This one is the m is equal to 1. The c is -4. So they both have the same m. They both have the same gradient. So when they have the same gradient, that means what it means? Same gradient. What is the impact of the gradient?
It means they're both slanted the same way.
Yes, same slope lah. So when you have the same slope means parallel lines. That's why they end up with the parallel lines. Because same slope right? Same slope right? Same gradient means same slope. Same slope means same steepness of the slope. Make sense?
Yeah.
Okay, good. What is difference? The y-intercept is 4. Yeah, okay, 4. Where is 4? This is 4, right? Y equals to 4. Then what about here? Y is equal to -4. Okay, so they have different y-intercept. So therefore, it makes sense because this line cut the y at 4. This line cut the y at -4. Okay, so that's why you see the difference here. They are parallel because same slope, same gradient. Okay, but they don't overlap each other because of the y-intercept. One is at y equals to 4. One is at y equals to -4. Okay, are you clear?
Okay.
Yeah, good.
Yeah.
So very good observation by you. Parallel lines. The parallel lines, they are parallel lines because of the same gradient. Same gradient, same slope. So therefore parallel. Okay, very good. So I have also explained why they are parallel, because they have the same gradient. Okay, good. So okay, last part for this question. Okay, let me just open this again. Let me close all the tabs. I don't want to save it, don't want to save it, don't want to save it. So let me just go back to the 14a again. I want you to observe one thing. So you have this line BD, you have this line AC, right? So you have also Y intersection point, Y intersection point, and you also have the X intersection point. You have the X intersection point. And can I ask you, did you notice they also intersect each other at one point, which is this point? Yes. Wait, not so big. Okay, this is called the AC intersects BD. I want you to differentiate this AC intersect BD point from these 2 points. They are called the X intersection point. The names are different. So these 2 points, okay, let me choose a different color if I can. Let me see if I can choose a different color. Can I? Let me see.
Pick green. If there is green.
So what color you want?
Green.
Okay, looks like I don't know how to trigger the. I don't know how to trigger the okay, never mind. I use the cross to differentiate. Okay, these 2 points is called the X intersection points. The point here is a dot, is called the AC intersect the BD point. So they mean different things. So when they intersect each other at this point, right? So I just want to bring your attention to it first. Okay, what it means, I'm going to talk about it next time. All right, what it means, I'm going to talk about it next time. But please know the difference. These 2 points, they are called the X intersection points. This point is called the AC intersect the BD point. Okay, so when you have 2 lines, in this case, the 2 lines intersect each other. At point, let's call this point O. While you have this graph, they don't intersect each other. Do you know why they don't intersect each other?
Because they're parallel.
Correct. So that means what I'm trying to tell you is, if you have 2 parallel lines, these 2 lines, they are not going to intersect each other. So there will not be any intersection points between the 2 lines. But for this question, too bad. They have an intersection points. Okay. Therefore, what it means is this gradient of AC and the gradient of BD, what conclusion you can make is different. When you have a different gradient, then only you can intersect. If you have the same gradient, that means always parallel, no intersect. Different, intersect.
Okay.
Can you understand this point?
Yes.
Okay, good. So if okay, do you have your syllabus? Like what topic you are supposed to be learning in school right now?
Yeah.
Can you share with me if you can? I mean, just share your screen. I stop sharing my site first. Can you share your site? You know how to share screen?
Yeah.
Okay, you're not sharing yet. I'm waiting. Yeah. Okay. Yep. Going through. Yes. Zoom. You are recording or what? No need to record lah. I'm also recording. You record for what? Okay,
I'm
good.
not recording.
You are not recording screen, man.
No.
Okay, never mind then. Like, so what topic you are learning in school? Now,
This.
okay. Yeah, this is round off. Hold on. Now, I mean this week.
This week.
This week is 3B. Yeah. Revision for
Algebra.
algebra. Okay, good. So if you look at algebra here, right? Okay, stop moving, please. Yeah. Okay. If you look at your algebra here, right? I think we talked about this in one of our lessons previously. Okay. If you look at it, yeah. So we have covered this already. Okay. We have covered this, and then of course, we are. I will say we are one. Okay, stop moving. So we are actually one step ahead. I think one topic ahead, because we are already doing graph. While your teacher is only doing this. A collection of coin contain only 10 cents and it. Okay, good. I hope you understand this question. This is a P6 question. Each number total table. Okay. Never mind. I'm not going to go through it. But anyway, just to let you know, yeah. So you get tested again. You think you can escape? No, you can't. Okay. So hold on. This is algebra question. What about the 4C and 4B and 4A? Can I take a look at that? This is Ref 4. Can you go to 4C? Yeah, 4C over here is simplify the, okay, combine similar terms. Yep. Can you go to 4B? Can you click on 4B? Okay, this is yeah, expand. That means open the brackets. Okay, we talked about it. By the way, just now we already talked about it. Open the brackets.
Yeah, I know.
4A, yeah, go to 4A, please. Okay, 4A is given, yeah, so over here, you just sub in the value, okay? So sub in the value and then something like the graph. Okay, okay, yeah, so you can stop sharing. Then I will just give you a simple summary, then we can actually conclude the day. Can you stop sharing for a while?
Okay.
Okay, I will share and stop sharing. Okay, good. So, good. Now, we have come to the last part of the lesson. So what if you are given a table, X and Y, and if I tell you -1 is 0, 1 is 2, 2 is 3, 3 is 4. And now the question is, I ask you, y equals to x -1 or y equals to x. So basically, I'm asking you, which of these equation or function, which of the above function explain a table? How do you do this question? Or both? So which explain the table?
This one.
Okay. Why? How do you check?
Because x plus 1 equals to this number, and this number, and this number, and this number.
Correct. So if you get this question right, which means just pick one pair. Like, let me pick 3 and 4. So x is equal to 3, y must be 4, right? So just check, right? Let me check into this first. So y equals to x -1. Let me put my x into it. X is 3 -1, so it's 2, right? So your y is equal to 2, but the table shows y equals to 4. So that means this does not explain the table. Check the second equation or check the second function.
Y equals x minus y.
So
X
is equal to
minus y.
plus 1, so equals to 4. So y equals to 4 and you get 4. Yes, so this explain it. So that's how you check which function or which equation explain the table. Are you clear?
Yeah.
Okay, good. So yeah, so I think this is the last part of our lesson. So for the next lesson, please redo your homework 15. Because your homework 15, I can tell your homework 15 is if it's not all wrong, I think mostly wrong now.
Okay.
Okay. So for the graph, you can use a graph, you can use your graph paper, up to you.
Okay.
Okay. So if there's no more question, yeah, stay safe. Okay, then bye-bye.